Welcome to the history of fashion. In this video, we will explore the history of fashion from the earliest times to the present day. We will discuss the different ways that fashion has been used to express social status, personal identity, and cultural values. We will also look at the role that fashion has played in shaping the way we see ourselves and the world around us. Fashion is a constantly evolving art form that reflects the ever-changing values and ideals of society. It is a way for people to express themselves and to connect with others. The history of fashion is a long and fascinating one, dating back to the earliest days of human civilization. Early humans. The earliest humans wore clothing made from animal skins and plant fibers. These garments were simple and functional, designed to protect the body from the elements. However, even in these early times, clothing was also used to express social status and personal identity. For example, in some cultures, only the wealthy could afford to wear certain types of clothing. Ancient civilizations. As civilizations developed, so too did fashion. The ancient Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans all had their own unique styles of dress. These styles were influenced by the climate, geography, and available materials of each region. For example, the Egyptians were known for their linen garments, while the Romans were known for their toga. The Middle Ages. The Middle Ages was a time of great change in fashion. The introduction of new materials, such as silk and wool, led to a more diverse range of garments. Fashion also became more elaborate, with intricate embroidery and decorations. The Renaissance. The Renaissance was a time of renewed interest in classical learning, and this included the study of fashion. During this time, many new fashion trends were introduced from Italy, which was the center of the Renaissance. These trends included the use of flowing fabrics, bright colors, and elaborate hairstyles. The 17th and 18th centuries. The 17th and 18th centuries saw the development of the first fashion houses. These houses were responsible for creating and promoting new fashion trends. They also produced clothing for the wealthy and elite. During this time, fashion became more sophisticated and refined. The 19th century. The 19th century was a time of great change in fashion. The Industrial Revolution led to the mass production of clothing, which made it more affordable for people of all social classes. This led to a more diverse range of fashion trends, as people were no longer limited to the styles of the wealthy. The 20th century. The 20th century saw the rise of new fashion designers, such as Coco Chanel and Christian Dior. These designers created new fashion trends that reflected the changing values and ideals of the 20th century. For example, Chanel's designs were simple and elegant, and they appealed to a new generation of women who were seeking independence and freedom. The 21st century. The 21st century has seen the continued evolution of fashion. New technologies, such as 3D printing, have made it possible to create new and innovative garments. Fashion has also become more globalized, as people are exposed to a wider range of styles from around the world. The future of fashion. The future of fashion is uncertain, but there are a number of trends that are likely to shape the way we dress in the years to come. These trends include the continued globalization of fashion. As the world becomes more interconnected, we are likely to see even more diversity in our fashion choices. The rise of sustainable fashion. There is a growing awareness of the environmental impact of the fashion industry, and this is likely to lead to an increased demand for sustainable clothing. The development of new technologies, such as 3D printing, are likely to have a major impact on the way fashion is created and consumed. The role of fashion in culture. Fashion plays an important role in many cultures. It can be used to celebrate special occasions, to mark religious festivals, or to express social status. For example, in China, the Dragon Boat Festival is celebrated with a race of dragon boats, and the boats are decorated with food offerings. In India, the festival of Diwali is celebrated with a feast of sweets and savories. And in Japan, the tea ceremony is a ritualized way of preparing and serving tea, and it is seen as a way of expressing appreciation for the beauty of nature. The role of fashion and identity. Fashion can also be used to express identity. For example, in many cultures, people eat traditional foods to connect with their heritage. For example, in the United States, many people of Italian descent eat pasta dishes to connect with their Italian heritage. The role of fashion in social interactions. Fashion is often used to bring people together. For example, people often share meals with friends and family, and these meals can be a way of strengthening social bonds. Fashion can also be used to break down barriers between people. For example, in many cultures, it is customary to offer food to guests, and this can be a way of showing hospitality and respect. The history of fashion is a long and fascinating one. It is a story of evolution, adaptation, and innovation. As the world continues to change, so too will the way we dress. It will be interesting to see what the future holds for fashion. Thanks for watching.